and you get deported because of this, please, let's take notice of that. Remember to take every information, the reason for your visit, everything, your GC logins, take them from your agent before you come into Canada. You might not know. We should be very careful out there when you are indulging the services of these agents. You should know that he is in Ghana, he's in Nigeria, he's in Zambia, he's in Niger, he's in Mozambique. He is not coming up with you. You are the only person going. And what he is interested in is the money that he's getting. He's thinking of his pocket, not your well-being. Hello guys, I welcome you all to another intrinsic segment on the TA Effect GH. Yes, if today is your first time watching me over here, kindly subscribe, smash the like buttons, watch our videos, leave your comments, and they will gladly be attended to. Yes, so today, as you can see, I have in my hands a sheet of paper. And once you see a sheet of paper in my hands, you should know there is a lot more to talk about. Yes, so today we'll be talking about some tips that you need to take notice of when you get into the port of entry point. Yes, a lot of people just come into the country and they get deported right away. So we're gonna talk about some tips to know what to do, what not to do, so you don't fall victim to such a situation. Yes. Just before I go into this, I would like to talk about this. A lot of people have been sending me DMs, emails that I did my biometrics in like 3 months ago, and I haven't heard back from my RCC or them. So there has been a very much of a delay in the processing times. Yes. So I would like us to have the latest updated. This was updated on the 11th of October. That's like 3-4 days ago. Yes. So for all those who have applied for your study permit outside of Canada, you should know that it's gonna take like 9 weeks. Yes, 9 weeks in all. And also for those who have applied for your work permit outside of Canada, for Ghana is also 9 weeks for the processing time. But for Nigeria, it's 11 weeks. Yes, depending on your job, depending on the kind of job that you've applied for. Yes, and also those coming in with visitors visa. For Ghana, it just takes 69 days. That's like 2 months and a few days. 69 days. And for Nigeria, that is 524 days. Yes, Nigeria has a very long delay. Yes, but for those who are coming right into the country, these are people coming in with visitors visa. Yes. So now those coming in with the student visa have a much of a delay, and also those coming in with the work permit. But those who are trooping into the country, yeah, all coming in with the visitors visa. As we all know, you are coming in to tour the country, so you are not going to really be a burden to the country and that. So they are just issuing the visas. Yes. So what I want us to know about the processing time is that the processing time does not include one. It doesn't include the time it takes to send an application visa to the application visa center and the time the RCC office receives them. Yes, this doesn't include the 9 weeks and the 11 weeks, and also it doesn't include the time you need to give your biometrics. So after you've done everything, you should expect them to get back to you in like 9 weeks or maybe like 11 weeks for Nigeria. Okay, so the topic for today, you know, this is to all those coming in with a visitor's visa. You should know that though you have secured your visitor's visa, but you can still be denied at the port of entry. Why? If you fail to answer some pertinent information, some pertinent questions asked by the immigration officer or the CBSA. Yes. So, for instance, you get into the port of entry and you are in front of the immigration officer, and the person asks you that which places are you going to tour? You have no idea about that. So you are not ready to come into Canada. And also, this is one thing that people do. Back in Ghana, in Africa, we have these traveling agencies and the traveling agents who apply for a lot of people. So what I would tell you to do is try to have the information before you enter into Canada. What was your reason of visit? You should ask your immigration officer the reason he used to fill your visa application. Yes, you need to have that information. If you do not have that one and you get into the country, it's really going to be a very big mess for you. And also, okay, let's say you've been asked, how long are you going to stay in Canada? In your visa application, you stated 14 days, and now you are at the port of entry, and we ask you, and they say 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It doesn't relate, doesn't tally with what you sent into your visa application. So literally, you are going to be taken out of Canada. Yes. So that is one thing I wanted you guys to know. Yes. So okay. Another thing is, when you are leaving your country, come with a lot of money. I know it's easy gathering money from our home countries, but that is one thing we need. This is a new environment. Okay, let me just say, share with you a scenario. This is actually a real life happening. 3 days ago, a friend of mine called me that his brother is coming into the country. I said, wow, that's good. So I think he called me when the brother was in transit. So a few hours later, that was like 10 p.m. here, I had a message on WhatsApp, and the person was like, my brother is there. So okay, good, no problem. So around like 10:30 p.m., he had done with all his questions and everything. So he had his permit to enter into Canada. And with these traveling agencies, his agent actually booked. He sent a picture of his confirmation, his hotel confirmation receipt to me. That was like 10 days. That was like $1,000. I was like, whoa, you guys have a lot of money. You come into the country just 10 days, you're about to spend like $1,000. That's huge sums of money. So he told me he wanted a taxi to take him into his hotel. I was okay. So I sent him a link to do everything. So he did everything, and he told me he was on his way going to his hotel. I told you, and I told him to reach back when he gets there. So I was very tired. I would be leaving the next morning early, around like 4:30 to work. So I wanted to sleep. So I even slept off. So I woke up early the next morning around like 4:30, and I saw a message from this guy that around like 11:45 he got to the hotel, and the receptionist told him there was no bookings like that. Whoa. Apparently I feel his agent actually booked it, but after having the confirmation from the hotel, and he printed out the form, he canceled the hotel booking. We should be very careful out there when you are indulging the services of these agents. You should know that he is in Ghana, he's in Nigeria, he's in Zambia, he's in Niger, he's in Mozambique. He is not coming up with you. You are the only person going, and what he is interested in is the money that he's getting. He's thinking of his pocket, not your well-being. You should be very, very careful. Don't put your trust in these people. They are, may I call them wicked people? They are wicked beings. Just imagine this person has got maybe he landed in the deep winter season. That's like January. What would he have done? Would he be standing outside? And let's say you have no money to book, because over here in Toronto, he landed in Toronto, and like having a night in Toronto will cost you like close to $200. $200, bro. You should be very careful out there. So this is just a little piece that I wanted us. Okay, so let's go back to our tips. All right. So another thing that agents tell their client that is kind of funny is, oh, don't worry, when you get into Canada, you can change your visitor's visa into your a study visa. That is not true. It is not true. You can never. Don't try it. Oh, you can never do that. You can't change your visitor's visa. You came in to tour the country. Now you want to study. How is this possible? Even if you try applying, you are going to be denied. And you might not be lucky. You might be told to get out of the country. Don't try. At least converting it from a visitor's visa into a work permit, that is good. early this year, they instituted that kind of thing. But into a steady permit now, that is maybe in the near future, it's gonna come back. Now, it's not here. Okay. Yes. So let's know what to do when you get into the port of entry, so you don't suffer any deportations. Good. All right. So the first point is, do not explain. Me, I always tell my people, do not explain. Just answer to what you've been asked. Maybe an immigration officer will ask you, what is your purpose in Canada? Visit. I'm here to visit a country. I'm here to study. I'm here to work. Don't go like, I'm coming to visit and I'll be visiting this place after that, after 3 days. It's not needed. Don't over explain. These people are psychologists. Once they ask you a question, they take notice of your cues, your mannerisms, your lips, your facial expressions. We should be very careful. If you start talking too much, it will seem like you are trying to impress. You are trying. Don't over explain. Just answer to what you've been asked. Simple. That is what they want. And also, you should show evidence when you are answering questions. What is your purpose here? I'm here to study. This is my admission letter. What is your purpose here? Okay, I got an LMI job and I'm here. So this is the form of my LMI. Just do that. Don't try to impress. If you have a visit and you are asked, how long are you going to stay in Canada? As I said earlier, make sure your answer tallies with what you included in your visa application. If your visa application says 14 days, don't stand there just because you want him to. He's not going to extend it for you. You already have your visa. He's just going to stamp and approve your entry into Canada. If it's 14 days, please say 14 days. Don't come and say, I'm planning of extend. You are planning of extending what? Another tricky question that these CBSA agents, they ask, especially the visitors visa people who are coming in with a visitors visa, they kind of ask them this question just to know what you are planning of doing in Canada. Let's say you have a visitors visa, and the immigration officer will be like, will you take up a job offer with a very high salary when you find one? Then we will just write, yes, I will take it. You want to take up a job once you are on a visitor's visa. Straight there, they will deport you back to your country. You don't know why you are in the country. You came to tour, you came to visit. You are well to listen. This is what it means. You have money, loads of money in your country. You've done touring your country, the neighboring countries, and you want to explore another developing country. That is what it means. You are not coming as a visitor with the hopes of getting money from here. No. You are rather going to invest in their country. You are going to throw money in their economy. That is why they give you the visa in like how long? That is like 69 days. If you are being asked this at the port of entry, please just say no. Will you take up a job offer? No. Even if it's $1 million an hour, just say no. So you get your permit to enter into the country. One thing that I want you guys to know is when you have the visa, you are not in Canada yet. I always say this: you are not in Canada until you hear in your ears, "Welcome to Canada, bro." You are still in your home country, even if you are at the port of entry in front of the immigration officer talking. Your body is in Canada. You are feeling the cold weathers, but you are still in your home country. If you are in Ghana, you are in what? Kotoka International Airport. You get my point. So that is another thing that we need to take notice of. So the next point, have your address handy. Just have it handy. Write it on a sheet of paper. Just write it there. So where are you going to lodge, or what is your address in Canada? Just show it to him, because you can't pronounce it. If it's a Toby Coke, How are you going to say Etobicoke? Mississauga. How are you going to say Mississauga? Because if you are to take notice of the spellings, you can't say it. You get my point. If it's Aurelia, if it's Stena, if it's East Gwellenberg, you can't say it. Just show it to the person. Simple. All right. So the next point is do not lie to impress. This is an African thing. We always want to impress. Like, no, these people, they are psychologists, as I said. It will cost you if you try to impress. It will cost you. You wake up the next morning in your bed in your home country. Please. So the next point is, even if you have a 5 years or a 10 years visitor's visa, though in your passport they've given you like from 2023 to 2033, you have a 10 years visa. Note that every 6 months you need to leave the country. Mhm. That's how it is. You are in a visitor's visa. You can't stay more than 6 months. You need to go back to your country and re-enter again. You get my point? So every 6 months you need to go back, then you come back. If you do not go, and let's say you have a funeral or maybe you have a wedding to attend, then you just forget yourself. You stay there for like 2 years. In your mind, you have 10 years and you stay 2 years. In your mind, you have 8 years more. When you are coming, you'll be taken back and you'll be refused to ever step foot here. Let's be very careful about this one, okay? Yes. The last thing that these immigration officers do, I don't know if they have an idea that a lot of people do not apply for these visas on their own. So this is actually rare, but they actually do it. I know someone that they asked to log in into their GCK. Yes, you'll be asked. Many of us don't even know the GCK because agents are doing it for us. But the GCK is your login into the VFS portal. Yes, that is what, when you log in, it's like your Facebook logins that you used to log into Facebook, your IG, your TikTok logins. Yes, that is the GCK logins. This is your username and your password that you need to log into your application, your visa application. Please, after everything, take the information from your agent. I'm not saying do this on your own. No. Remember to take every information, the reason for your visit, everything, your GC logins, take them from your agent before you come into Canada. You might not know. You might just be there. The agent will be looking at you. Okay, so since you did your application, maybe you ask you, did you do your application or no? You say yes. Okay, take this, iPad and log in into your GC key, and you get deported because of this. Please, let's take notice of that. Okay, so let's go to the next thing, right? So when you get your visas, please relax. I always tell people, relax, enjoy. Though you are leaving your country and you are full of joy and stuff, but let's try to relax, gather all the documents that you need. It takes a whole lot to pass through the port of entry. It is like during the rapture, we are all thinking it's gonna be like you form queues and then you meet Jesus, you meet the angels and stuff, and you explain yourself. That is how it is. That is how it is over here. You go, you ask you questions, and then it's an interview. If you pass, you pass. I remember when I was coming, there was this Ghanaian guy right in front of me. So he went, and I don't know what happened, but I heard the immigration officer calling some cops to, take him back. It's not an easy thing. You really need to come prepared. Gather all your documents. Don't rush. Relax. Gather all the documents, and remember not to put any of your documents in your checked luggage. Keep it in your backpack, or maybe what do you call it, the ladies' bag, the handbag. Yeah, those ones that they do like this on there. Then yes, keep those ones in. Don't keep them in your luggages, your passport, your document, your study permit, everything. Keep them in your backpack. Just be safe. Please, let's relax when we have a visas. I have been through that thing before, you know. But let's try to relax so we don't fall victim to any of these things. Okay, so someone asked me, how will I have my visa? And my school is starting maybe in January 2024. Then we are in August. We are in September. How early can I come to Canada? Yes, you can actually come anytime. Yes. But what I would tell you to do is have a plan. Just a plan B, just in case you are being asked, why are you coming in early? Me, for instance, I came quite early. Yes, I came in like 2, 3 months earlier. So just have a plan. I wasn't asked why I was coming in early, but you just have to have a plan B just in case. You can just say, oh, I want to familiarize myself with the weather, you know. So and also plan ahead, plan well for my studies, you know. I need to put some things in place and stuff. So like just say anything, just have a plan just in case you are being asked. Yes. Okay. So these are some of the tips that I want us to take notice of. At the port of entry, it is no joke. It is no joke. A lot of people get deported every day. Yes, people trooping into the country. And you know, people tend to seek asylum when they are caught in deep waters. That is another option. But to me, once you get into the country as a student or maybe as a visitor, why should you go seek asylum? You know, there are other disadvantages and advantages of these asylum thing, which I will come next. I am actually preparing a video. I'm still talking to people to gather some pertinent informations about it. So like we should try to do the best thing for ourselves. If you are coming as a student, try to pay a tuition deposit to the school, just because you gradually pay the school fees. So if you just need to pay like $2,000 to the school, pay it. Get every document that you need just to secure yourself from being harassed and stuff by. It's not easy when you get into the port of entry. It's life and death. Hey, it's not easy, bro. It's like you are standing before a high court judge which you've never committed a crime. Yeah, and you'll be asking questions, and depending on what his mind is telling him is going to decide your fate. It's not easy, you know. So let's try to take notice of these things and try to do the safe and the best thing for us. Yeah. So guys, this is actually a little piece that I came to offer. If this is your first time, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, the TA Effect GH, and then kindly share our videos. Yes. You know, someone sent me a message that God bless me. He was saying blessings and stuff because if he had not met my video a day before traveling, he would have made a lot of mistakes. So let's try to share these videos to people that are trooping into the country because as we have an Indian community here, it is my vision that we also have a black dominated community. Maybe like Mississauga, maybe really, and then you say this is an Indian community. It's black dominated. Yes. So let's try to share, at least share it to someone. You wouldn't know who needs such information. Yes. Thank you very much, guys. I love you all. Thank you for, and we are growing. We've actually hit 1K. Yes. Thank you very much. The love is so deep. God bless you all. And I pray that everything that we are doing may it be fruitful and successful. I appreciate you guys.